a horse and carriage.
Love and marriage, they do go together. Today, we start by unlocking the keys to making your marriage work. And in this edition of Marriage 101, Starr Calo-oy is here with the first key. Intimacy, but it's more than just intimacy.
That's right.
We're talking about affection, romance, and intimacy and how they're all linked.
That's right.
Yeah. I want to start off with this question, though. You say 7 keys.
Right.
So why 7 keys to a great marriage?
Well, we just divided it up into 7 keys because it just came out to that. We went ahead and grouped everything all together that way.
Yeah, and 7 is a great number, too, right?
That's right. And we have to be intentional about our marriage relationship. And so this helps couples to become intentional about it. You know, I talked to someone last night, just last night, Eileen, and he said, my wife told me over and over again we needed marriage counseling, we needed to do something about our relationship, and I didn't believe her and I didn't listen to her, and now I want to go to counseling. We've been separated 3 months. And I wish that I would have listened. And that happens in many cases. So what we're trying to do during these series, each series that we have, is try to help couples to communicate and to hopefully they can get together around the TV set every Sunday morning, watch Great Day Sunday, and see something that they can immediately immediately implement.
Right. Into intimacy.
Yes.
Right. And
go.
so they are linked. And why do you say that? Why is it that affection, romance, and intimacy are all linked?
Well, we have to have that affection. Romance is important and it's different to different people. Everybody looks at romance completely different. Like I told you before, when Bob brings me a fish, I mean a fish, a live fish, that's romantic to me because we have a huge aquarium. And that's better to me than flowers. But somebody else, it might be candy, someone else flowers. But one of the things getting on to intimacy is, you know, quick sex is not near as fulfilling as having intimacy in the relationship. And the sweetness and the gentleness. So we came up with a few ideas for people to be able to do that. And one of the things is that you need to touch all week. Touch is very underrated nowadays. We need to touch each other, hold hands, look into each other's eyes, touch each other's faces. You know, a little pat on the fanny every once in a while. Some love touches.
So you're saying maybe even a hug here and there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes we can't go through a day without having a hug. Sometimes we wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm not ready to take on the world today. And that's where we need the hug. And
that's where intimacy begins, Eileen. It doesn't begin having sex in the bed. That is not where it begins. It begins far in advance of that. And you know, also, are you giving each other your leftover emotional scraps? At the end of the day, you just give your loved one what you've got left over. I've used all my energy on the computer and on my job and on the kids and on the phone and all these things that I have nothing but emotional scraps left for you, and you end up not even with a full doggy bag, for heaven's sake.
So what do you suggest then, rather than somebody saying, oh, I've had a full day, I really don't want to talk to anybody right now?
Get some rest, and let's go right into our passion plan. That'll help. Number 1, 15 seconds a day, you need to kiss passionately. 15 seconds, not a second here, a second there, but kiss passionately. Many times people don't kiss passionately. They think that it's going to lead to something stronger, so that they don't have time for that. It won't. This sets the course of the day. It's a beautiful thing to do that. 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you need to connect and talk, refresh one another, re-energize one another, have that time, protect it, watch over it, make sure that you do not allow anything to get in the way of it, so you can talk. Nothing heavy, something nice and easy, re-energize one another. 1.5 hours a week you need to date. You need to court each other. You need to go out on a date night and spend some time together.
Let's talk about that, because I'm guessing then that it doesn't matter how long you've been married, whether it's 1 year or 100 years, we're still forgetting about this.
Yes, and it's important. We need to spend that time to have fun, alone, together. And then the 4th thing that we suggest is another 1.5 hours to schedule intimacy. To actual schedule, and take turns scheduling and surprising each other. Make it a wonderful time, because like I always say, sex is not an event. Sex is an event. Love making is a way of life. So schedule into your life, like you might plan a bubble bath, a massage, a nice intimate candlelight dinner, all kinds of things like that. And then next week it's your turn to schedule it and surprise your spouse. This brings spontaneity and tremendous romance into the relationship.
So you suggest to really do schedule it, because everything else can get in the way.
That's right. Bob and I schedule it, and we are extremely busy. We're authors. We have several businesses. We're busy daylight to dark and way beyond, but we still schedule time to be together.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we're talking about intimacy today, but next week we're going to be talking about something else.
That's right. Next time we're going to talk about friendship and fun, setting the stage for lovemaking.
Ah, there you go. Friendship and fun. Always fun to talk to you about Marriage 101. Once again, they do have classes anytime, especially from now until October 1st. Marriage 101 classes. Register now at 210-521-8668. Also log on to that website. It's marriage101.net. You also have some time on the radio as well. KKYX 680 AM.
10 to 11 every Saturday morning.
Exactly, exactly. When you're not talking about Caregiving 101 at 9, it's going to be Marriage 101 at 10. Okay.
That's right.
Thank you so much.